Hello, darkness,
Hey
my old
Shaw, I
friend.
need to talk to you. We have an actual problem.
Okay, what is it?
Uh-oh.
No, like I have to talk to you, like just you first.
Oh, okay.
You're ready.
Yep.
Oh,
Three, two,
okay.
one.
Serious talk.
They know it was Norman.
What?
They know it was Norman.
How do you know that they know?
I got a call and a text saying, "Did you know?" And then saying, "Oh, did you know that Norman did it?" That I didn't confirm that she did it at all. I said, even if I did know, I wouldn't say shit or whatever. And I told them how that it's fucking stupid that if somebody gets shot that's a criminal, it's because they pulled a gun first and they're playing that fucking deadly game. And to think about why we would have to shoot anybody in the first place. But somebody fucking told them that it was Norman. I don't know who. And I'm not going to admit that it's Norman to find out who. But yeah, somebody told them that it's fucking Norman.
Is one of their friends in that group? Is there anybody named Charlie?
Charlie, what?
I don't know. She just said Charlie on the phone. She got a phone
Who's
call
it?
earlier today with some guy, and I believe she said Charlie, and I believe she was talking about something. And then she was shut down for the rest of the night.
Okay. I mean,
Did they call her and say anything to her?
no, I just got a call. And they just met about it. 100%. So one of them found something out and they all just met and talked about it because I saw them leaving. That's when they left here because they looked like they were going to go talk about something
Yeah,
serious.
Sunny was talking about going to the block.
Yeah. So somebody might have told Sonny or one of them about it. And then now they all know.
Okay,
I
maybe
mean,
Norman said something to them. Maybe she said she did it. I don't know.
I don't know. I talked to Norman about that and I told her not to do that because I told her, I'm like, what would you want anybody else in the force to do? You wouldn't want them to do that. And I said, the last thing you'd ever want to do is shoot a criminal, especially take one's life. The only reason why you would ever do that is if somebody pulls a gun on you. She seemed like she was going to listen to that. So I wouldn't think she would, you know.
I mean, the scene was so cut and dry. They brought them up to the top of the construction site and started shooting one officer, and then, you know, the
Like
rest
I
followed.
even, yeah, I told her on the phone, I said, it sounds like fucking, whoever was in that situation was really, trying to shoot cops anyway. So they're the ones that decided to play that deadly game. I don't think Norman would tell them. I hope not. She wouldn't want anybody else doing that. So they found out somehow through somebody.
Okay, well, hopefully we find out who so I can kill them.
Hmm. I mean, I could ask who told, if they'll tell me who told them.
No, digging into it more makes it look like.
Yeah, that's why I didn't even ask who told them because of that.
Lovely. Okay. Um, the best you can do right now is text Norman and just say, hey, just be extra careful on duty. Double up.
All right.
Don't text her right now. Give her the night.
All right.
We are supposed to all go on duty with her after storm.
So I can tell her then.
Yes.
Well, do you think I should give her a quick heads up in case people are trying to look for her now?
Is she off duty or is she in bed?
I don't know what she's doing. But I kind of just want to give her that. If you want to text her quick or something.
is it? Who is it?
I knew the second she texted. She just texted me, "Did you know?"
Hello.
Hello?
Hello.
Was it your sister?
Yeah, my
Hello.
stepsister.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello, where is everyone?
We're at Pump and Run. Want me to come pick you up?
I'm on my way.
Oh, okay. So, you had some boxing matches today? How you feeling?
I'm feeling, I'm feeling alright.
You let your mom knock you out?
I mean, I didn't let her knock me out, but she did.
He's talking shit. Ignore him. I knocked him out consecutively afterwards. It's okay.
She's supposed to make me look good.
And then he tried to warlord me and got absolutely fucked up by 3 other people.
I can't hear who's talking.
Hey, where are you right now? What are you doing?
Hello?
Norman,
Yeah.
Walking right now.
you're walking around town?
That is the last thing that she needs to be doing right now.
You're what? I'm sorry.
I'm on the beach right now.
Okay. So Starks just got a text from his stepsister. Apparently somebody told them who killed on duty, who the officer was that killed Cal Baker. His stepsister called him and asked him, "Did you know?" Did you say anything to them? Norman.
I mean, Sonny called me a murderer, so...
While you were here?
Yeah.
Okay. Regardless, I need you to be careful. While you're off duty, on duty, I need you to be doubled at least. Just take an extra thing of caution, because I don't want you getting hurt. Because technically it's their fuck around and find out.
I know they're coming after me.
Is that why you left and went alone?
Bro.
They're not gonna do it right away.
Norman. You still shouldn't be alone.
All this got way more fucked up than I ever meant it to be.
What do you mean? What do you mean?
I'm on the Chumashka right now if you want to come talk to me.
Okay. I will be there in a bit.
Come on, Malcolm.
Give me a second.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, give me about 20 minutes and I'll be there. Or less.
Alright.
Okay. Talk to her.
I'm gonna come with, or you want me to stay here?
Fuck, I don't know. Let me talk to Callahan and then I'll be over there in a sec.
All right, sounds good. I'll go box Joey. Gay, gray, and slate.
You go stretch. Hi, Ma.
Hello. I'm
Yes?
stealing your mother for a second. So the group of Cal Bakers found out who killed Cal Baker, and now they're calling Norman murderer, which is why she left. She's very upset, and she's on the Chumash Pier all by herself. And it's apparently a lot worse than it is, because she's saying that there's other shit that's going on, so she wants me to go talk to her on the pier. So I'm going to go do that. I told her to be careful, to not be on duty, and double up when she is, and she said that they're not going to come after her right away, but they are going to come after her. And Malcolm's the one that informed me that his stepsister called him and was like, "Did you know?" I was very upset. So now I'm trying to go figure this out. So
Okay.
the Granger's still in the garage. I'm gonna leave it, and then I'm going to take one of the other cars and go up to the Chumash Pier. I'm just letting you know where I'm going, just in case something weird goes on.
Okay.
I probably have to tell my supervisors what's going on. Fuck me. Okay. But yeah, somebody said something, and now they all know. So I will be back in probably 30 minutes or less.
Okay.
That's my goal, is to make this short and sweet, because frankly, my patience is not great today, so. And my ability to be nice is also not that great. But it's fine. Are you okay? Are you good?
Yeah, I'm just kind of tired, but I'm not too bad. Just kind of vibing at the moment.
Okay. If you need to go to bed, just text me. Okay.
Okay, dokie.
It is okay. I got this. We'll do the 3 a.m. thing at a different time. It's not a big deal.
No worries.
Okay. I'm gonna go figure out what's going on, and then go from there.
Okay, dokie.
I saw we.
No, it's okay. I'm kind of just not here anyway. I just La La Land.
Okay. Let me run you back over there.
Wow.
What are you whining?
One bass. I was like, whoosh.
No, I won. I won. I won.
God bless.
God
won.
bless. That's my
Motherfucker
daughter.
came running out of the locker room, and I'm not even looking, and he just fucking wallops me in the head, so I warlorded his ass.
Yeah, get fucked, Starks. I'll be back.
Everything okay?
No, but yes.
Yeah, definitely no.
What's going on?
I'll be back in a little bit. Ed, I'm taking your bison.
Go for it.
Rich.
It has a funny plate as well. Also, Rich went to sleep.
Hello. Are you okay?
Are you having stars? I should
Yep.
change.
Oh, me too.
I feel like my entire career is just a series of bad decisions.
Why is that?
Oh, I try to be the one who makes things right, who bridges the gap, who makes sure that people are treated with the kindness and humanity that they deserve, and it feels like somehow I'm always the one to fuck it up.
Fuck it up in what sense?
See me at the club tomorrow.
I killed someone's brother. A lot of people's brother. And yeah, he made the choice. And yeah, he did what he did. And burden of duty and probable cause. And matching force, and I'm not responsible. All of the things Ed has told me. And
Did I ever tell you how Jericho got her heart?
or what?
A year ago. In a few days, actually. I had my first DOA on duty that I shot down. She had 2 kids. 5 and 4. 4 and 2 or something like that. Little children. While she's in the hospital, her phone kept ringing in Rose's pocket from the babysitter asking when she was going to come pick up the kids after she was already dead. I ended up having to call the babysitter, telling her that their mother was dead, that she had barricaded herself in the back of a store with a gun and tried to kill us, and that she wouldn't be coming home. And then I had to call CPS to go get the kids. And all the while, my wife is receiving the heart of that woman so that she will live. It's not exactly morally correct. Very selfish, honestly. a woman died and my wife got her heart. So I got to spend 8 more months with my wife, and her kids got to grow up alone. I check on them, I send them checks every once in a while, but it's not going to mean anything in the long run.
Just helping them out soothe you at all.
No. I mean, sure, it helps, but it doesn't make it all better in the end. No one's died on me besides that woman. So, when I say that I got it the other day, I do understand. It's a little different when it's a gang member and a whole gang is pissed off, though. But that also doesn't mean that you should go walking off alone and leave a whole group of people that can make sure that you're accounted for. Especially after that. I had to find out by Malcolm saying, hey, my stepsister called me and said that, asked me if I knew it was Norman. And I was like, okay, well, fuck. Now we're going into crisis mode and making sure that Norman's okay. So we were calling you. Or texting you to make sure that you're okay.
I don't know how to deal with this.
I do.
This doesn't... I don't know, this...
You could tell yourself time and time again, I had to do it because of this. It was because of this. And all the laws are protecting you. But the thing that the law doesn't protect is the fact that humanity-wise, it feels fucking wrong. And it sucks. Because at the same time, you could argue they forced your hand, etc., etc., but at the same time, you still took a life. And yes, maybe the criminals don't care that much. Maybe they just think it's just another day, or another person to hate, or another person to be mad at. And they just think, oh, it's just another stinky cop. Fuck that cop. They don't think twice to shoot. They always have a reason to why they do it.
He trusted me.
What do you mean?
This wasn't ever supposed to happen again. I made sure.
I mean,
I don't know if I'm more mad at them or more mad at me for not knowing. I don't regret what I did. It was my job. But this isn't. I don't know. always trying to remind myself that I'm more than a badge. I'm always trying to keep my humanity, my feet on the ground, my life away from the Force. Away from the Force. And every time I try to do that, my job seems to rob any form of happiness that I find away. I wish I could say this was the worst thing I've ever done. I told myself I would never, ever hurt the people who trusted me ever again. I had a best friend once. His name was Jordan. And he was a troublemaker. But he wasn't a bad guy. He always used to make little jokes, little giggles with me, and he would walk up to me and say, "Hey, roll for your job," and we would roll dice. And when he won, I would call him Officer Jordan. And he would always check in on me. He would always ask how I was doing. Tell me that I was one of the few officers that he felt like he could actually talk to. I was convincing him to stop getting into so much trouble, and he was actually listening for a while. And then one day, an officer under my command beat his friend to death in cuffs. And he came up to me and demanded to know who it was. He said he had a right to know who it was. And that officer faced charges. That officer faced his accountability. But he wanted a name. And that name wasn't mine to give. So we started kidnapping and torturing and shooting officers for a name. And one of the officers he kidnapped was a probie of mine. And he shot her in the back of the head. And I chased him while she was still bleeding on the ground. I cornered him on a rooftop. And funny enough, it was an Air One there too, just as I was this time. We landed on a hilltop. And I looked him right in the eyes when I put a bullet between them. I lost one of the people. I lost two of the people I cared about most in the world. All for a name. That name wasn't mine to give. This one was.
Did you tell them it was you?
One of them wanted to talk to me the other day. One-on-one. And I did. Someone killed their brother. A family member. In their minds, his soul is bound to theirs, and I killed that person. No more people are gonna get killed on my name. If they need someone to hunt, that someone is me. I'm not having them come after anyone else. Not you. Not Starks. No one. And I know that's stupid. And I know every person alive would have told me that was a dumb idea. I don't know what to do anymore. I can't do that again. I can't watch that happen again. I can't watch people that I care about die because of something I did. I thought Vanessa knew, but she didn't. And Sunny called me a murderer right in front of her. Didn't think they would show up to the gym fight specifically because I was there. I'm sorry if I let you and everyone else down. I know that by any metric, by police standards, by my friends' concern for me, I should not have done that. But I will tell you honestly that in my heart of hearts, it was the right thing to do.
I can understand that. I don't particularly agree, but I understand where you're coming from. I'm not gonna fault you for that. What I will say is, you should probably let supervisors know and command know. Not what you did, but just in general that you were being hunted by whatever the hell their name is. I forget it. I'm sorry.
Olga come.
Yes. Following the death of Cal Baker, you should probably say all that. So everyone's on the same page. Sarah can keep an extra eye on you on duty.
I don't even feel like they're wrong for wanting it.
No. The only thing they will not understand is the fact that I can understand, right? If he was treated injusticely, like being beaten to death in cuffs, that would piss off a lot of criminals, right? That I can understand. On the flip side, they all knowingly drove to the top of that construction site to ambush Banks, fully preparing to stand off there.
I know. Rationally. Realistically, I know.
I know they're all hurting, I know it sucks, and I know it's painful. I mean, looking at Podagar Trelawney makes me so fucking angry. Everyone's buddy-buddy with him, but he killed my wife. And as much as I want to be a cunt bag, treat him injusticely, or call him names and just be mean, I can't. I steer clear of him because I don't want anyone to do with him. But when I arrest him, I treat him just as fairly as anybody else. Even though every time I look at him, I just see AJ's face. I watched her OIS from her vest. Rhodes got it. Put on the report. I watched him stab her. And yet, every time I look at him, I just see a man that just wanted to get away. So I can't fault him for it. He was doing his job just as she was doing hers. Most people don't have the mindset that I have.
AJ wasn't to them what she was to you.
I know.
I can tell them that I'm sorry.
Doesn't.
That I wish it had gone differently. That I wish it had been anyone else. That I wish 1,000 times anything at the end of the day. They will see me. They will see his face. And I see his face every night since then.
I know.
Little bits of black hair hanging over his face. Blood running down him. There were no thoughts in my head when it happened. Just targets. 1 and 2. One by the Sultan, one in the middle. Three shots and he's down, 2 in the chest for the other. She's dead. Call it over radio, move on to the next pursuit.
know it's a shitty response. But unfortunately, it's part of the job.
Yes. Like I said, he's not the first or even the fifth. Just wish it had been anyone.
I know.
I don't know what to do with myself right now. Part of me wants to just call them, tell them to come find me and get it over with.
No, you will not be doing that.
Another part of me thinks more of them are going to die before this is over.
Well, can I give you some advice? Because the one thing you should not do is try to distance yourself from everybody to make yourself, to quote unquote, protect other people around you. Quite frankly, luckily for you, most of the people around you can protect themselves or each other. They're not really out for us. And distancing yourself from the people that you care about, the people that you're friends with, or, you know, anybody, it's going to make you feel 10 times worse. So that when the time does come, you just feel more and more hopeless. And I'm saying that from experience because I've been there. Don't wither away. Rely on the people around you. I tell my kids and Imogen all the time, we have an ecosystem. One person relies on one person, the other relies on the other, so forth and so on. Till we're all collectively talking to each other about things and making sure that at least one person is there for another. It is extremely important to rely on the people around you, especially in times like this where your mental state is trying to crush you from the inside. That's why I support going off and thinking about things. At least let people know where you're going. At least have somebody else with you.
Yeah, Ed was following me from the
You should not give yourself up. You should act professional around them. It's part of the job. your best to, as shitty as it is, just to be professional during it all. Because they're gonna look.
I've just.
Go ahead.
I do that every time, and it never makes me. I never. I do this to help people.
I know.
And I don't feel like I've helped anyone, and I don't feel like keeping a tight jaw and walking through this with a professional face helps anyone. I have had to fight to keep what humanity I have. Because this job just sucks it out of you. It takes everything.
It does.
And I don't know how many more times I can do this. This song and dance, this I ruined someone's life, these people cared about me, I meant something to them, I almost trusted them myself, and now I understand truly that they're them and I'm me, and we couldn't have been friends, and it was stupid of me to think so, and in a couple years I'll do the same thing all over again.
It's the everlasting song and dance of it all.
So why do I do it?
Because all of the yada yada stuff where sometimes it can be rewarding. Sometimes there's positives. I don't know why you do it, but I know why I do it. And I could give you the very sad, annoying story of it all, but I don't know if you want to hear it.
I think you told it to me once upon a time. I feel like I shared mine once upon a time.
Oh, well, yeah. But I'm talking about why I still do it, even though every day I go home upset to Imogen.
Why?
I've already explained most of it, but I like to suffer. I'm a stickler for pain.
A masochist.
A masochist. I absolutely don't know what it's like to not be struggling to exist. In one way or another. Every day is a struggle to roll out of bed. Every day is a struggle to exist. The month of December, when the snow hits the ground, brings a lot of trauma. In 4 days, it'll be the anniversary of when I married AJ. And the best part is that I am looking forward to it because I know it's gonna hurt. So, the reason I do the job is because I feel like I've helped some people. I've definitely hurt a lot more. Whether it was emotionally or by hand. I definitely... I set out on a mission to find somebody like me. To help them cope with the life that they are living. And I've done it about 4 times now. 3 times now. There was a woman named Stella Rowland who I helped through the death of Sleepy Hills. Or Woods. My son. and Joey. But at the end of the day, I don't know. I feel like I'm constantly fighting a battle that I'm never gonna win. I think that's why I love it. I don't know.
Fighting gives you purpose.
It does. I don't really know what it's like to not fight for your life, one way or another.
That I can relate to.
No matter what you do in your life, there's always going to be moments that suck dick, for lack of a better term. They're going to hurt, and they're going to test your limits. Repeatedly, you have to prove why you need to keep moving forward. I almost gave up once. It was 3 days before AJ died. I had just been kidnapped and dropped off a waterfall and stabbed, and left to die in the water below, off of Tongva Valley. All because BCSO and SAS decided to ram a car and run people over in a chase because they were being hyper-aggressive. I was waiting for tow with the vehicle that they all bailed from, and I was snatched by 2 cars, taken there, and stabbed. I was in so much pain. The doctor, Saha doctor that treated me, she's fired now, but she refused me any pain meds. And I was raw dogging it. And it broke my mental a little bit. To the point where the next day, Callahan was taking me in for scans. And as I grabbed her arm with tears in my eyes to just tell her to make it all go away, make the pain stop, because I was tired of suffering, AJ walked in and completely derailed the whole thing before I could even say anything. And I almost gave up again when my lungs gave out. But I didn't. Mostly for the fact of Imogen's sake and no one else's, to be honest. I saw AJ when I was dying on the front porch of that house. She was standing over me. She followed me in the car all the way to the hospital before I passed out completely. I even talked to her. Or at least what my brain thinks is her.
What did she tell you?
She asked me... God, it's gonna sound so stupid.
I assure you I've had weird conversations.
So... when I was in my coma, I saw weird things. I heard everyone's voices. More I remember than most. Bits and pieces of it have come back to me over time. In dreams and shit. I was fighting a version of myself in my coma that wanted me to give up. Darina is a bitch. I never want to see her again. But we've fought fisticuffs until I won. And I could hear people's voices echoing in my head, just constantly going. It was Imogen, it was yours. You said some things in it as well. Rich, Joey. Heard some doctors too. And when I finished the fight, I was on the front driveway of my house. And AJ was standing there. It was like I made it to the point of the last, not boss battle in a way, but I made it to the last point where she basically just looked at me and was like, "You're not gonna give up, are you?" And my response was, "It's not my time." And she said, "How do you know that?" And I basically looked at her, knowing that it was her, essentially. Or at least the person that I knew her as. And I responded that I have people that need me, who I need to get back to. And I couldn't leave them as tempting as it was to just let it all go and not suffer or hurt anymore. To finally be free. And that I would love to spend the rest of my life with her. But I can wait a little longer because she's gonna be there forever. And because she's gonna be there forever, waiting for me, I can enjoy my time here with Imogen. Because I really didn't want to leave her alone because I knew that if I left her, she would not be okay. My response was, there's things that I need to do, there's officers that need me, there's kids who need me that have my last name. She'll be here forever and I can wait 50 more years to see her again. As tempting as it was to just give up and not be pain-free and finally stop fighting every step of my life to live it. And I think it was AJ testing me. Because all she said was, "I'm proud of you, and I'll be waiting for you." Life is never easy. It's never meant to be. There's no step of it that's gonna be easy. But there's people who make it easier. And I've learned that if you don't hold on to those people, you will drown. And as tempting as it is to go off on your own and sulk, which I do all the time, it doesn't make you feel any better. And honestly, I know you've come a long way from where you started, and I know I've come a long way from where I've started, and giving up just feels like a disgrace.
Because it's always felt inevitable.
Is this what?
Because it's just always felt inevitable.
Yep. The cards are never meant to play in your favor. It's how you deal with the play that matters, not how they're dealt. Life hands you cards all the time and says, "Here." But once you learn how to play the cards to your advantage as the underdog, life gets easier. Not by much, but it does.
No, I'm actually not used to this part.
Which part?
Part where other people follow me around.
Welcome to the ecosystem.
Every
Sorry.
nothing to apologize to. Oh,
Hello,
no,
Wolf.
I've been driven by why I told Ed the other day I've been so fixated on who I'm not for my entire life that I don't really know who I am. Every choice I make is a decision not to be something. That's always what drives me forward, is spite almost. It's what got me into the Force. It's what gets me through this. It's what keeps me honest. It's what makes me get up in the morning, because if I don't show up, I'm exactly the person that I don't want to be.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess that's always been it, because every time I'm the one who has to go home, sit in my room, and decide that this is what I'm going to do. I guess what hurts the most is that I was looking for people to call. I guess I've always been looking for people to call
What up, Spencer?
friends.
Yeah.
I don't know, I'm always butting heads with everyone. I've always got my own ideas about how this goes down, and I'm used to being the least liked person in the crowds that I keep, and so I wander off duty to find people who don't know I'm a police officer and make friends with them. Make them my family. My birthday's in 6 days.
Uh-huh.
I don't celebrate it. It's 10 years ago to the day, this 21st, will mark the anniversary of the day that my dad disowned me. And then my sister killed him.
Gotcha.
I never really had much with my dad, but my sister was all I had. She never really forgave me for being a cop, and she certainly never wanted anything to do with me ever again after I put her in cuffs. Especially when she did it for me. Just kind of feels like I don't really get to be close to people. Anytime I come close, Cal Baker happens. But Then Ed follows me around and he tells me I'm not gonna let you be alone. And then Starks reaches out and says that he hopes I'm doing alright. And you call me and find out where I am.
It is an ecosystem. We call it an ecosystem for a reason.
I'm just not used to that.
I know. And what I can assure you is we're all really fucked up as well. Whether it be occupation, life, etc. Each person's ecosystem, from what I heard and can tell, has been just as fucked up as the next person. We're all underdogs. We've all been dealt shitty cards. And somehow we all found each other. In some way or form. And made some weird ass family tree out of it. And it's still something that we're all trying to figure out. But for the most part, I feel like we've solidified a family. And whether you're ready for it or not, you're kind of yoinked into it a little bit.
Ed keeps telling me that.
Yes. Rich was asking if we could call you Auntie Norman, and I said, wait, to not yoink you in like that yet. Or was it Joey? It was somebody. They said it as a joke. It wasn't serious. But it's not something that we just take for granted or say loosely. We do it because we care. So, it's important that everybody knows that.
One of them called me that once.
What? Auntie Norman?
Back when they were joking that I was dating Vanessa.
Well, they call Ed Uncle Ed. So technically that makes you aunt, technically speaking, in the family tree, because in a weird, twisted way. Yeah.
Guess that's why I've been... Ed asked if he could call me his girlfriend. I told him I didn't know if I was ready to commit.
Yeah, tell him you're not ready to Luke U-Haul lesbian yet. He'll understand.
I mean, he did give me the keys to his house, but that's only because I told him yesterday that... I told him yesterday to please be careful. And that's part of the reason I told him to leave today when he was following me around, because it did occur to me that someone might pull up on me and take me somewhere.
True.
And if Ed was there, they would take him too. As much as he has made it clear that he has no problem with that, I have a problem with that.
Yeah. That I can understand.
But you're not wrong. Part of me kind of did just want them to find me and did what they needed to do.
Yeah, I know. Believe me. I've been on the other side of that. There's plenty of times that I've been used as the message over the past year and a half I've been here.
I don't know, something happens to you over and over again at a certain point. When is the universe trying to tell you something and you're not listening?
I don't think it's that. I just think I always get caught lacking because I give people the benefit of the doubt when they try to talk to me.
Well, I can tell you that the person I talked to, it did not make him happy. But he also had every opportunity to do it then and there. He didn't. Because I know there is still some fleeting sense of sentiment, of respect,
Have fun in server, Wolf!
of caring about me. And I will tell you honestly, I care very deeply for all of them.
I know.
Maybe not all of them.
A good number.
Vanessa is not a bad person.
I know.
And what she has is a family. People who look out for each other. And whether they make bad decisions or not, they back their family. They're not stupid. They know what Cal did was dumb. They know Cal signed his own death warrant, but that doesn't matter. He was family.
I know.
And I don't like that the decision I'm left with is I either have to shoot at them or let myself be taken by them.
Please don't let yourself be taken.
Is it honestly the right choice to have other people take shots for me when I know I'm the one they want?
Honestly? You want my honest answer? There's a lot of people in blue, or gray, or tan, or whatever the fuck we wear now. Whatever department that signed up for this.
I don't know. I think most of them signed up to, I mean, this is what I really think, and this is what I don't bring to work. But I work for a gang. But a gang that has more oversight than most. And there are people who come to join my gang because it is the legal way to kill people.
Not wrong. Some of the sergeants and under are definitely like that, yes.
And I have no doubt in my mind that if they heard that Hogakai was hunting me, they would get really excited at the prospect of shooting every last one of them.
Also not wrong.
And they would celebrate it, and they would brag about it at briefing. And just like Omari back there, they would make jokes about it every time they got the chance. MCD will show up to their funerals. Try and write warrants for people who are grieving. So I guess it's equal parts worry. Because I don't want people like you, or like Starks, or Hobby, or O'Brien, or any of the people that I care about. The ones who actually are there to do the work, to be good, to create good in the world. Every one of them that gets hurt in my name is one less person who gives a damn. And it's one more reason for all the others to commit heinous acts of murder in the name of justice. and I don't want to be a part of that cycle.
Giving yourself up is the opposite of what you should do. I'm telling you as a friend, but I mean, I could tell you the lieutenant reason if you would like. I think that Starks, Javi, and I could all agree that it's part of the job. We signed up for this. This is exactly what we wanted. Was to... Not wanted, but this is exactly what we signed up for. Protecting the people that we're on the force with. Because of something that happened on duty, or because something that went wrong, or just in general, we are protective people. We set out to protect, serve. Some people's views might be more skewed than ours. But I also know that everybody that I work with, one way or another, I would take a bullet for. Because that's what I signed up to do. And it wouldn't be anybody's fault if the criminals got mad and want to hunt down a certain person, and I protected that person. Because I put on the badge that day, and I knew what I was signing up for when I did it. And there's plenty of times where I wish that I would have been on that call. The one that
Good night,
killed
everyone.
AG.
I have to go work out of town. I will be back in several hours.
Because for some reason I believe that if I was there, I could have helped.
Edme, hello. I was just saying I'm going to bed because
I don't hear who's
I
ever
I
talking.
used to think that about myself. What is it I'm so fond of saying? Every situation I'm at is a situation I can make better.
What about now? Hello? Hello?
And everything
Can
with
you hear
that
me?
in mind. Yes, you're right. Some things are beyond our control.
It is. The only thing we can control is not giving ourselves up or giving them the easy way out. Make them work for it a little bit. They want to take this dangerous route.
In their minds, they are a pack of wolves, and I am the one who killed one of their pack.
I know.
And it's not just a hunt, it's a ritual.
Good night, Brandon. Sleep well. I'll see you in a few
It's
hours.
spiritual.
Yes.
They will not rest until their hunt is complete, until their ritual is complete.
But the worst thing you can do is sit down and take it. As much as you feel like you deserve it because of what happened, you don't. Nobody deserves to be tortured.
For what it's worth, I don't think they'd torture me. I think they'd make it quick.
Regardless, nobody deserves to suffer like that. Especially when they ambush and try to kill somebody in return.
Yeah. I guess I remember that that's what was in my head in that moment was, oh my god, they just shot us.
Yeah.
And I forget that.
I have a really worried
Yes.
Ed who's texting me about you right now.
I'll text.
Sorry to interrupt whatever you're saying.
I just texted him, I'm safe and I'm with you.
Well, he knows, but he's just worried and concerned.
I guess the thing that's been resonating in my mind, why I've been coming here every day since. What would Omari think of me? Killed one of his nephews. One of his family. A man who had an infectious laugh and spent his days joking with me even as he committed felonies. Always had a smile to offer even to a police officer. What would he think of me?
I arrested him a few times. And I think, honestly, from what I know of him, what I knew of him, sorry, I think he would understand the balance of it all. The balance of it all, they're there to do what they have to do, and we're there to do what we have to do. He strikes me as that kind of person. To understand that shit just happens the way it happens because people are pushed to do what they have to do to fulfill a job, whether that be a robbery or a badge. I feel like he would understand. Maybe he won't. You never know. But I
Sad that I didn't get to know him better.
I know. But I can assure you that he's probably watching over Cal.
I'd like to think so.
I know. It's the same way that we're watching you and making sure that you're okay. It's the same reason that they have the ones left to have who they have. Everybody needs an ecosystem. We all need to rely on each other in one way or another. It's part of humanity. It's part of being a human being. And keeping your sanity is not being alone.
I don't know, I've always felt safer alone.
You're not a bomb, Norman. A little ticking doesn't scare us.
This Christmas season has actually been one of the best of my life.
That's what I said too.
And up until this happened, I actually had hope that I would get through the entire season and have nothing but fond memories.
Well, yes, it's still not over yet.
Suppose not.
Still got people that are around us all the time, keeping us in check, making sure that we're okay. And sure, you need your time to be alone and do your thing and think about your things. But at the same time, we also have to rely on those around us as well. You can wallow, you can be upset, but don't let it ruin your month. Because whatever happens is gonna happen. The butterfly effect is a bitch and a half. But enjoy what you can. Because life is a fleeting thing. Did you drive here or did you walk?
Walked.
Okay. I stole Ed's truck, so we're taking it back.
Thank you.
Welcome. Ready? I'm breaking the bubble.
Yeah, I think I'm ready.
I think you need to jump too. There we go. You don't have to run. It's okay. Imogen walks slow sometimes too. It's okay. This pier is unusually long for a pier.
I always enjoy the walk.
Yeah?
It's like a meditation of sorts.
I can get that. Hello?
Hello.
Halo.
Hello. Ed, I'm sorry I stole your truck. I'm bringing it back.
Oh, hi.
Oh, hey. For Christmas, you know what I'm getting, Starks?
What are you getting, Starks?
Honorary Callahan Shaw Award. In the thing it says, you want to rail my daughter so I can't officially adopt you, but
No.
but here's your certificate.
I don't usually do gifts. I guess I'm not used to getting them.
Houston, we
It's
got
okay.
a weirdo. I repeat, Houston, we got a weirdo.
Here, man.
Ed
Thank you for
gave
the
me
gifted
one of
sub.
the sweetest gifts I've ever gotten, and I don't know how to react to it. People don't usually get me things.
He showed me. He said, "Do you think she's gonna like this?" And showed me, and I was like, "Yes, 100%."
It's one of the sweetest things, if not the sweetest thing I've ever been given in my life.
God bless.
I don't know what to do for him.
He's a really simple guy. Something small and sentimental goes a very long way. Oh. What the hell? It's okay. I didn't want to get in the driver's seat anyways.
Where at, Mom?
Mom or Ma?
Both of you.
I'm headed back to Pump and Run.
Alright, we on our way.
Alright, Norman, you have one rule when we pass the dealership. Are you ready?
Yeah?
No head popping.
Metalhead popping, no promises.
Ugh, I was ejected. I wasn't buckled yet.
Do my best.
Hello, Mystic. Hello, Mystic. I'm good. How are you? Still with me?
Still with you.
God bless. Oh my god, you pulled a Reyna. You walked all the way to somewhere secluded.
To be honest, the number of times I just wander off, I'm surprised I haven't been robbed more.
Valid. It's so fucking cold. Glad to be home for a break and relax. God bless. Home for breaks are so sick.